are. We can look at it from different perspectives and maybe argue it, as my teenage daughter would. But it's a pretty tangible, knowable fact. So when we think about what drives us to wanting to know the truth, at the heart of it, I would argue, or I would offer, is curiosity. And my evidence for that is if we look at children. It's where we all began, and for anyone who knows me even this much knows it's where we all always exist. It never goes away. Sometimes we get in the way of it, but the child is right here. And yet, for those moments when I forget, I am blessed with a now 7-year-old and 2 months to remind me. And I want to share a story about how we were at the beach down by the Presidio. He saw this huge wall. Not knowing, or maybe he did know, the ocean was just on the other side, about 15 feet below. And there was this pipe going through the wall, coming out toward him, and he just had to know where that pipe went. Just had to. Went full force toward the wall. There were young teenagers sitting on either side. He didn't seem to care that where he was then thrusting his entire body, stomach first, laid out on the wall, was right between them, throwing his head on the other side of the wall so he could look down and see where on earth that pipe went. Was he afraid? I have no idea. I know I was, but I have no idea if he was. What he was curious. So that even if fear was present, it didn't stop him from discovering the truth. He needed to know for himself. So my premise today is when we look at where we get stopped, often if you think about it, for those of you who were at Frank Ostaszewski's talk a few months ago, fear is often what stops us. And yet, in recognizing fear, as he wisely related in a talk just a couple weeks after the one here, if we recognize we're afraid, then it also means there's a piece of us that's not. Go stand there. And so what I'll offer you today is different ways to look at this and different opportunities to help us stand somewhere else, even in the face of fear, because fear won't go away. I had no secret on that. But allowing curiosity to come in and help us discover